Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You know, it's funny how no matter where you go, some things are always the same. So we're here in Puerto Rico, and you see all these carts. All this stuff is the materials to get started with our project. It's all been rung up, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to get this stuff together. And I want to load this up because we're supposed to eat dinner before our 7:30 meeting, and it's 6 o'clock now, and we've got to fight traffic to get back in. So we're not eating dinner before our meeting, and we probably won't be back before 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. And now the funny thing is all of our vehicles are parked outside there. And now they've locked the gate over here, so that means we have to truck all this stuff back around. But anyway, it is what it is. So, the Eagles get the win over the Bears. Congratulations. And some other interesting things happening. The Miami Dolphins get a win over the Jets. Let me say that again. The Miami Dolphins get a win over the Jets. How the hell does that happen? That makes that loss look really, really, really bad right now. I mean, really bad. And now that the Eagles won that one, that means there's a little more added pressure on the Dallas Cowboys to win against the Giants, because if you don't, you're now a half game behind the Eagles. And you do not want to be behind the Eagles. Now, I'm kind of curious because I was listening to Philly 500's live stream during the game while we were driving. And it sounded like to me that the Eagles got in the red zone twice early and had to settle for field goals. It sounded like a lot of pass plays were actually dink and dunking and didn't exactly light up the scoreboard. I think he had 239 yards, 1 TD. Was that elite quarterback play? I'm going to ask you. I'm just wondering. I didn't see the game, so I can't say. But I'm curious what the take will be. And, in fact, that they had a scare at the end. They had to hold off the Bears that had all of 9 yards in the first half. So, are the Bears really bad? And the Eagles are too? Or are we looking at two good teams? That's my big question. But we'll see what our Cowboys do tomorrow. But I got a question for a lot of you guys out there. And I'm curious if this is true or not. Because as I look at Carson Wentz this season, who got paid, I can't honestly say and look at him and say he's playing outstanding, team on your back quarterback, MVP candidate or anything else. But I don't seem to hear too many people saying that he's overpaid. But I hear everybody talking about Dak Prescott and saying don't pay that guy, even though him and Jared Goff are not having great seasons. And oh, okay. Just checking out because we got all these carts. Just want to make sure that all the stuff that we bring up isn't growing someplace. Because as we look at Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, two guys that did get paid this season, who have been paid throughout their whole career, I don't seem to hear the outrage of Dak Prescott. But what I keep seeing, because somebody commented recently who claims to be a Cowboys fan, that tomorrow Dak Prescott will prove why the Cowboys haven't paid him. And I'm wondering, are you guys hoping that Dak fails? Because it seems like at every opportunity that you guys don't want him to be successful. That you would rather him be a bum and a bust and get out. Am I wrong on that? Or do you actually want to see the Cowboys succeed with Dak Prescott? That's a real question, because I just don't understand it. Because when he does well, it's kind of like, oh yeah, well, it's not really real. It's like it's done with smoke and mirrors. It's because of somebody else. And even when it's not a bad game, we're turning around to trash the guy. So are you guys actually hoping that he fails with some of you? And I don't understand why that is. I would think that you would want him to succeed so you don't have to use more draft capital to draft somebody else in the draft, or have to bring in one of these stiffs out there that are at a premium price. I look at him and say, you've had him at a discount now for 4 years. He hasn't cost you $4 million. If that were an investment in the stock market, I mean, that's like Microsoft. I'm going to be honest with you. Dak Prescott is like Microsoft. You know, if you got in early, a couple of dollars of Microsoft, then they blew up, you're a multi-millionaire. Well, Dak Prescott, $680,000 his first 2 years is what his compensation, first 3 years was his compensation. And even this year, because he's played well, it's only $2 million. Buddy, that's cheap. That has been one hell of a return on the investment thus far. I don't know how much more he has to prove to some of you, but then again, it just won't matter because he's a black guy and you just don't want a black guy to be running the Dallas Cowboys. Because I look around and I see Carson Wentz dinking and dunking, taking 4 sacks, and not exactly putting the team on his back, being first and goal and not able to get it into the end zone. I don't see him doing all these things that they say Dak Prescott should be doing and isn't doing. Yes, he has a ring, but it's not because of Carson Wentz. He didn't play the tough game. Somebody else did. He's wearing somebody else's ring. And since that time, you can't honestly say that Carson Wentz is an MVP candidate last year or this year. If you do, you're not watching football. Jared Goff started out last year playing pretty good, but since that time, second half of the season to now, he is nothing but an average quarterback. So I don't know what some of you guys expect, but I'm hoping that we can get the heck up out of here sometime soon, because I'm tired and I think I'm getting hangry. And it looks like it's going to pour. So we'll check in with the late games and see what's going on with those. Ooh. Whew. And hopefully sometime tonight, we'll get out of Home Depot. I don't know where all my people went. Maybe they left without me. Oh well. I'll catch you guys on the fly.